good Jesus, Buddha, yay, Walmart, or whatever you pray to, we're getting all that 100 RQ goodness in our next prize car for the next Tri-Series. The Koenigsegg Gemera is a four-seater with 1,700 horsepower. You know what? Let me just reiterate that for a second, okay? The Koenigsegg Gemera is a family car that has as much horsepower as 2.4 Dodge Challenger Hellcats. Koenigsegg calls this creation a Mega GT, and it goes without saying that this is the most powerful four-seater the entire world has ever seen and probably will ever see. To put things into comparison, a Boeing 747 carries about 60,000 horsepower. Now, although that's a stark contrast, it makes more sense to compare the Koenigsegg to a plane rather than another car. A world's first in so many ways, the Gemera continues to push the limits. This mid-engine family car is capable of hitting 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds, combined with a top speed of 249 miles per hour. At full charge, coupled with its 75-liter fuel tank, it even has a total range of 620 miles. Now, in true Mega GT fashion, even its name Gemera means give more when translated from Swedish. When it comes to top drives, the Gemera was given a little bonus in its 0 to 60, with the number standing at 1.8 instead of 1.9. Combined with four-wheel drive performance, it is also armed with a handling score of 90 along with a top speed of 249 miles per hour and exactly 100 MRA. Additionally, sitting at 100 RQ, the Gemera is among the few flagship cars in the entire game, sitting around the likes of the 918, Bugatti Chiron, and of course the Rimac Nevera. So introducing your next prize car, and it will probably get the entire player base gunning for blood, the Koenigsegg Gemera. Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom is back, and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, man. The Koenigsegg Gemera was a prize car that I did not expect to come so soon. When you think about it, in the last 4 months, we have been treated to 3 100 RQ prize cards. We had the 918 in, I believe, December. We had the Rimac Nevera in January, and now the Gemera in the mid of March. It's actually freaking crazy. I did not believe. Remember back in the day when there were only two RQ100s, the Porsche 918 and the Bugatti Chiron Sport, and how long it would take for those cars to come out? Like the 918 was released in 2018, and the Chiron Sport and the rerun for the 918, I believe, was 2018 as well. And the the first 918 was 2018. The second 918 was 2019, and then the Chiron from the first time was 2020. And the Chiron Sport hasn't came back since, and the 918 has been back 3 times. What I'm trying to say is that we've had like the first 4 or the first 3 100 RQ releases were within the time length of 3 years. And now the next 3 100 RQ prize car releases have fallen in a time span of 4 months. And I think that that is kind of ridiculous to see how fast the speed of the game is going right now. But also, you know, having said that, there are not a lot of prize cars that they can give out now. I thought that they were going to give out the Evora because we've had a lot of bangers like the, what was it, the 905, 908 WRX, you know, the Peugeot. I don't even know what it's called. Oh my goodness, I think it's the 908 WRX. And then obviously we had the Levante. I guess the Levante was seen as a bit of a downhill in terms of RQ because it's only 90, right? So I guess that's low. Remember back in the day when we used to have Tri-Series for like RQ 80-ish legendaries? I think the last Tri-Series we had where the prize car was below RQ 90 was the Viper ACRX. I mean, even the Project 8 is RQ 90, although it doesn't deserve to be that way. Anyway, Koenigsegg Gemera Finals. First thing I want to talk about is I'm going to show you this picture right here, and it's basically a picture from Hutch because it shows you how it compares to other cars in the game. The Rimac Nevera, I would say right now, is still the better car. Seriously, it genuinely just is the better car. And also, did I say Rimac Gemera? Gemera and Nevera are very, very close names, so please forgive me if I get those mixed up. But you know what I mean, you know, Rimac Nevera and Koenigsegg Gemera. So the Nevera is still the better 100 RQ car in my opinion. The Gemera would be the second best RQ 100. The Bugatti Chiron would be the third best, and the 918 would be the weakest 900 in my opinion. And I think a lot of people would agree with me on that. I was disappointed to see that the Koenigsegg Gemera only had 100 MRA. Is anyone on the same boat with me? I think that 100 MRA for a Koenigsegg is pretty weak. Considering that the Jesko Absolute has like 118, 121, or around those lines, and then, you know, you have the Koenigsegg 1.1, which is 118, you have the Agera Final, which is like 112. What I'm trying to say is that Koenigsegg is a brand that is known for MRAs that goes above 100. So considering that the Gemera is the flagship Koenigsegg with the highest RQ, but it only hits 100 MRA, in my opinion, it's a little bit disappointing. Another thing which I would say is a bit of a downside for the Koenigsegg Gemera is that it's a 4-seater. Now, 4-seater events are very, very rare. We see a lot of 5-seaters. We see some 2-seaters because usually we have coupe events and then there'll be a 2-seater. But the Koenigsegg Gemera, you know what? I want to see what the body style is real quick. I do believe it is classified as a coupe. Yeah, it is. So at least it'll fit in the coupe events, but it's not going to fit in 2-seater or 5-seater, which are the ones that we see more often. I mean, how often do you see 4-seater events? Not really. And when it comes to clubs, never. So in terms of being a club car, I don't think the Koenigsegg Gemera will be as good as some people think it will be, or as useful as some people think it will be. I think it'll be a great car, but I just don't think it'll be as useful as some people would think it would be. But anyway, I want to see what hand I can cook up for this event right now. I don't know if I want to use the BBR because there is one track set. There is one peculiar track set that is just quarter mile, quarter mile, quarter mile, quarter mile, quarter mile. I think it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Maybe I'll go with the Nissan Silvia K. That gives me 56 RQ to work with. But here's the thing, you know, these two cars are fillers. I do not want to have two cars that are fillers. I want to have one car that is a filler, and then 4 cars that are good. But, you know, we'll jump into it and we'll see what we got to work with. So right now I'm running the 905B, which is the best car that you can use in this event. That being said though, mine is 1-star, and most of the 905Bs out there are basically already fully upgraded. So I'm gonna run this. Obviously my X factor is going to be, you know, my max GTSR, 2.7, 105, and I think it also has, I think it has over 100 MRA. So to put things into comparison, the Viper GTSR actually has more MRA than the Koenigsegg Gemera. What I'm trying to say is that 100 MRA on a 100 RQ car is a little bit disappointing. Even the Porsche 918 has better MRA than the Gemera. But I want to talk about the requirements. Also, let's see what bracket I'm in. Hey, it's the Moore. All right, we got Cannonball and we got Kai. So, what are the Tri-Series final requirements going to be? Initially, when the prelims and when the qualifiers came out, this was all we got to see. So, we have the Porsche Boxster S, the Maserati Tipo, the Lancia, the Mercedes, and the Porsche. So, one thing that we can see here is German, Italian, German, convertible roadster, convertible roadster, convertible roadster, convertible roadster. They're also all rear-wheel drive. So the first thing that we thought in my Discord server was that it was going to be a German-Italian rear-wheel drive convertible roadster final. But then the prelims showed up, as you can see over here. Where is it? Yeah, you have the Tiger Koenigsegg Gemera prelims, and let me show you the prizes real quick. So as you can see, the requirements is roadster from 1950 to 1999. So that's going to be a great event for the Tuscan convertible if you have that. I don't. Also 2010 to 2021, and here are the prizes. We have the Mercedes AMG SLC, and then here's the surprising part: the Nissan 370Z Roadster and the Honda S2000, right? 2 Japanese cars. We have the Porsche Boxster, which is German, and the Fiat 124. So here's what I think the final requirements are going to be. Let's go into filter, and then we can go into country. So I think it's going to be Italian, Japanese, and German. Now, when was the last time we actually had like an American final? I have not seen a final where the American car was useful since, like, I don't know, American Frontier. Because as far as I can think of, the 208, I was using a bunch of German cars, right? I was using the BMWs. Then the last final was Swedish. It was Volvo and Donks. What else? There's the Senna final. I can't even remember the requirements for the Senna finals, but then again, we had a bunch of JPT stuff, right? So when was the last time where American cars were actually useful? I would say maybe the Rimac Nevera finals, where only one American car was useful, and that was the GMC Typhoon. But besides that, there was nothing else, man. It was actually like, I don't know, man. I would love America to get, you know, the limelight. It's been too long. It has been too long. But anyway, I think the final requirement is going to be Japanese, German, and Italian. Collections and tags is going to end up being rear-wheel drive. Sorry, tires. Rear-wheel drive, and then we go into collections and tags, and we look for roadster and convertibles. Is that where it falls under? No, it falls under miscellaneous. So convertible, roadster, and all cars. Then we need to go collections and tags and select non-prize cars. So this is basically what we're working with. And now I think it makes a lot of sense that if you watched my 1 million pack opening yesterday, I really wanted to get the Zonda Chinky Roadster. Now it's wishlisted because I actually genuinely want this car. It's not because like it's useful for the final. It's been a car that I've been searching for a very long time. I think it's very beautiful, and the picture really does it justice in my opinion. So this is what we got working with. We got the Pagani Huayra Roadster being the best car. We have the Nissan R381, the Pagani Cinqueira Roadster. Now, the one thing that is going to annoy me slightly is that the Pagani Zonda S7.3 is going to have another run for this prize car. And this is a car that has been eluding me for a very long time. I wish I unpacked it for the Fat Final, because a lot of people had this car for the Peugeot Fat Final, and a lot of them have it maxed. So a lot of players out there are going to have a great head start with a max Pagani Zonda S. Unfortunately, I don't have that. I had to max the Zonda for the Fat, but it was the other one. It was the Zonda S, not the 7.3. And then the epics, I would say we got the W12 Roadster, the Roof 3800S, the Mercedes AMG SLS Roadster, and the Mercedes AMG CLK DTM. Some really good cars in here, I would say. The Boxer Spider is pretty good. The Suzuki GSX is pretty good as well. And then we got some fused material also. Basically, like the Porsche 911 Carrera and below, all fused material. In terms of ultra rares, I would say there's some pretty good cars here as well. The Porsche Boxer Spider, the M6 convertible, the Suzuki C2, the Infiniti G37. So when it comes to reviewing the pack, because obviously I'm going to be doing that, it doesn't look like a bad pack. Like, this is a pack that I would have fun to open. Most of the legendaries are fun. 80% I would say. The Lamborghini Huracan rear-wheel drive Spider is the only one which I would think would be a massive disappointment. Obviously, I think we're going to be looking at a dry final because the top 5 cars are all rear-wheel drive. Well, then again, because, you know, the requirement is indeed rear-wheel drive. So it would be funny if we saw some rain track sets. Because that would mean that the Nissan is absolutely useless, and that would make no sense, because we've never had a final where this Nissan was actually useful. I don't think I've had a final where the Suzuki was, you know, considerably useful. Not to say that this is going to be very useful in this final, but at least it gives the time for the Nissan R381 to shine, because I can't see any other requirement where this Nissan would be very useful in, so that's pretty cool. I would like to get that. I do have a lot of Nissan legendaries, but all of them are GTRs, but I would welcome the R381 into my garage, so, you know, I think I can pump out like 2 more 1 mil pack openings before the final starts. So if we get super lucky, we'll get one of these legendaries. But I'm really excited for this. This doesn't look like a bad pack as well. So this is what I think the final requirements are going to be. I know a lot of people are going to ask me still, but I think it's going to be rear-wheel drive, Germany, Japan, Italy, non-prize cars, roadster, and convertible. That being said though, let's get ourselves situated in the Koenigsegg Gemera qualifiers. All I'm looking for is a carbon fiber. I don't need to get the Porsche Boxer S. That's fine. I mean, if I get that, that would be nice. It's extra fused material, but obviously that car is not going to help us. Do you see what I mean? This is a really peculiar track set. Quarter mile, quarter mile, quarter mile, quarter mile, quarter mile. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I don't know what to think about that. Well, let's check it out though. I don't think it really matters what car goes where, as long as we have wind conditions, right? Only 87. You know what? That's not even bad. We're going to win this by more than 87. Yeah. We're also going to win this one by, I'm going to say more than 100. I'm going to say 130. 111. I was close. I was close. JPE, 50. 52. Okay, yeah. The JPE MRA is there. This one's going to lose by 87. 94. Okay. All right, we take those. Not a 2-star finish, but a 1-star finish. And hey, a win is a win. Maybe I should go hit up my boy Cannon and see what he's running for this event. I mean, obviously, I know he's got a max 905B, so, you know, that's that already. He also has the XJ. Let's see what are the cars that you can actually use for this. So, yeah, the XJ would be nice. Oh, sorry, the XJ is not even used. Never mind. I was thinking of the Motorsport event where you can use the XJ. Well, a lot of people are going to have this max, the R390. If you have the IDR, then you probably have this max as well. So, yeah, I think there are going to be some pretty good hands in here. But at least I do have my GTSR. But yeah, it's that one track set, the quarter mile, quarter mile, quarter mile, quarter mile. The quarter mile track set. That's the one that, it scares me a little bit, I would say, because if I run, like, I want to run 4 high-end cars and 1 very low-end car. Well, the game crashed, but we're loading back into it now, so that's pretty nice. You know what, though? The last 3 1 mil pack openings I've done, I don't think we've had a single game crash. Now, my top drives did crash 3 times though, when I was streaming. But yeah, pretty impressive though for the what is it? The last 3 1 million pack openings I've done, no crashes. So we do win that. We do get a prize. I can't speak right now. We do win that, so we do get a prize. I'm thinking ahead of what I'm trying to say, but then I forget that I want to say something else that I was going to say before what I was thinking ahead. You know, it do be like that sometimes. It's one of those days. Ooh! Okay, is this max? Okay, it's 2-star. I want to see if my Viper beats the F1. I think it does, you know, but we've got to find out. That's gonna be an interesting one. All right, I'll check that. Runway loop. Yeah, I'm inclined to go lower on that Nissan. Lower on the rare. I may put in the BBR just so I can run a better ultra rare. Because this Honda NSX, I don't think it's going to win much for us. Let's go, man! That was just straight up like who had more MRA at that point, because they had identical stats. I'm gonna switch it up since we've already seen that quarter mile. Well, we can see it again now because we've seen all 4 track sets. Let's just give it a try. So I'm gonna go low here. I'm gonna go really low here. 36. V8 Volante, that's even lower. Thunderbird, that's even lower. And we can go 65. Okay, 65 is a bit overkill. I don't have any max 65s. We have the Roof RCT, which I think would be a pretty good car to use for this event. 4094. I think that the NSX would be pretty good. Ooh. The Guara would be good too. It gives us 34 to work with, which means I can actually use the Aston at 5380. But I don't know if that's even significantly better to the Thunderbird because the Thunderbird handles better. I guess when it comes to that quarter mile track set, that would be better. Okay, let's check it out now. So yeah, this is an upgrade in it because it's 2.4 minus 2.5. That's stock. Yeah, I think we can race this guy. So once again, we're gonna draw the 905. I'm so glad I won the 905. Mind you, without without the Volvo 850 all-wheel drive. So that's a win in itself. We'll take a win on Twisty Road. We'll take a draw. Okay, so it's going to be 1 loss and 2 wins and 2 draws. We take those though. I don't think there's a ghost upgrade on this. The top speed is exactly the same at 223. Honestly, if you want to look for ghost upgrades, you need to look at the top speed, and you need to know that the top speed of your current car as well. So when it comes to the 905B, 223. If it's anything higher than 223, then you know there's something suspicious going on. We do win that. That Viper is going to be our X factor for sure. The Guara as well takes the win for us, and then we're gonna end with a draw on the Caterham JPE. There you go. All right, so we do start off with 5-0, and we are in the top 13. Looking like a pretty tough bracket, I would say. How many names am I familiar with? I'm familiar with Elderon, Jays, Hugo, Unknown, Kai, and Cannon. Okay, anyway, I want to see what the top hands are running. I only know that when I get more tickets afterwards, but let me know down in the comments below if you are prepared and ready, and if you're going to go gunning for the Koenigsegg Gemera. Once again, I would say that the MRA is a little bit underwhelming. 100? Really? 100? It has 1,700 horsepower, and all it can pump out is 100 MRA? Really? Really? But anyway, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys have a great day. You're going to stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise to Jacksonville
Atlantic.
Blonde hair, don't care, look like Leslie Brooks. Pin up girls everywhere with the drop dead look. Swing it side to side as we slow dance to the night. When I